Building a home golf simulator can be quite overwhelming, but you've clicked on the right video. For the next 8 minutes, experienced golf simulator owners from all over the world explain what their number one piece of advice would be for somebody just starting out, including which equipment to buy and which equipment to stay away from, are golf simulators actually accurate, how to build a golf simulator on a budget, and is it really worth the money? You've had a golf simulator now for quite a while. You've had a DIY setup. You've had a few different launch monitors. If you could give one piece of advice to somebody who's just starting out on their golf simulator setup journey, what bit of advice would you give for them?
If you're tempted to do it and you're wrestling with the idea, am I going to use it? Is it a waste of money? Is it this? Is it that? Like, just do it. Because I think when I first started, I questioned the accuracy of the technology and, even the quality of the software, and was it going to be useful? Is it going to be any better than just using the one at the local club or going to the range or whatever? And it's just so much better. So it's so much better than my expectations. Like, I genuinely feel I've spent £9,000 in here, but I feel like I have a world-class indoor golf facility just because the technology has come so far. So if you're thinking about doing it, but you're questioning whether it's right for you, just do it, because you won't regret it. And if you do regret it, there's resale value in these things.
The one thing I would say is don't buy a Country Club Elite mat. I hate to say it, and I'm sorry, Country Club Elite, if you happen to watch this. Don't buy that mat, because every single person that buys that mat ends up with elbow, shoulder, hand, or wrist issues. Every one of them. And it's so funny. You watch the guys on like the Facebook or whatever that post, and they're like, hey, I'm having some elbow problems now. And I've never had elbow problems before, but now that I'm playing so much indoor golf, I'm having elbow problems. And you ask them, do you have a CCE mat? And 19 times out of 20, they do. I did. It was the first mat I bought. And like, I played a lot and I started hurting my elbow, and I'd never, like, I grew up in the north, and we didn't hit a lot of driving ranges off turf. It was almost, or off grass. It was almost always off a mat. I never had issues on those mats. As soon as I got that Country Club Elite, and it feels great. You hit a solid shot on it. It feels solid and pure. It feels like it grabs like the ground does. Feels wonderful when you hit a solid shot, but it wrecks your elbow. And in fact, I had a buddy who did this whole thing in his garage where he could open the garage and everything came up like this remote, awesome system. And like 6 months later, he's like, I can't play anymore. And I'm like, what's wrong? And my elbow's just killing me. And I'm like, I told you not to buy that mat. And he's like, I know, but I bought it anyway. And like, base your mat around safety and health of your body and not the feeling that you get. Like, I have the fiber built, and I've been hitting it for like 5 or 6 years, and you can barely tell that I've hit a shot. And I'm a bit of a digger. So it's amazing how well it's kept up. If you hurt yourself playing indoor golf, it's going to leave kind of a bad taste, and you're not going to want to do it.
Very sound advice there, Brent. Thank you.
Just trying to look out for the safety of all the indoor golfers out there.
You've got to kind of work out whether you're absolutely going to be right into it or not. Because I think what you might find is that someone watches your channel, other people's channel, and kind of thinks, I would love to have a golf simulator and stuff like that. But once you've got it, it's up to you as to how much you actually use it. Because to be brutally honest, it's practicing, and I think you've got the software to play games, which is great, and you can have a game on a course and stuff. But if you're not keen on practicing, but you love playing the game, and like whenever you got the opportunity, you wouldn't go and hit balls in the practice ground. You always go on the golf course. It might be worth just doing something like on the small side to start with, whether that's just to simply having a net in your garden and a mat, and work out how much you use. If you think, well, I'm not going to do that in the winter because it's going to be raining, I don't want to be out and that kind of stuff. That's maybe where doing something like I did, where you have like a tent or something like that, or just an area with a canopy even over the top, just to sort of keep you dry, and just, don't spend enough money to then think, well, I can't waste that money now, because I spent like £2,000 on a temporary setup, which is now wasted. I'm not talking about spending that much. I'm talking about spending a few £100, just to make sure that you're into it, and then once you are convinced, you're kind of sold, then it's kind of it depends on budget, what you want to do. whether you go to the extreme that I did and get kind of 3-for-1 type of thing. It all depends, you know what I mean, on that point. But I think making sure you know you are definitely going to use it, what you're going to use it for, should then dictate what your budget's going to be to start out and how we're going to set it up.
Do you want to build a home golf simulator but don't know where to start? Well, this free downloadable guide, it's got everything you need to know. From launch monitors to impact screens, gaming PCs to projectors. Whether you're just starting out or looking to upgrade your existing setup, this is your go-to guide designed to cater for a wide variety of budgets. Now, all the research has been done for you, and I've even put prices next to each individual item so you can work out exactly how much it's going to cost. Right, to download this ebook, just click the link that's in the description below this video. Pop your email address in the box and the guide will be sent directly to your inbox. If it doesn't arrive, just check your spam folder. It'll probably be in there. You've obviously gone through a bit of a DIY experience building, tweaking your simulator and that. If you could give one piece of advice to somebody who's just starting out building a golf simulator, what would be your priority number one bit of advice you'd give them?
If you're thinking about doing a golf simulator, you need to have a space for it. So you got to measure. You can always adjust your space too. You can move up your rafters. You could dig down a bit. So make sure that you have enough room right to left, forward, back. So once you do that, then you got to start researching what you want to spend, what your budget is. You can be really cheap. You do not have to go out and buy a whole kit from a company. You can buy a net. You can go to the building supply store, buy the pipe, do everything yourself. You can hang the sheets like, you just get a curtain rod and you can hang your side skirts, double them up. Buy the heavier ones. Buy yoga mats, right? Buy exercise mats. Buy turf and a roll from the hardware store. You do not need to go out and spend a bunch of money. So once you get your stuff built, the most expensive thing you need to do is figure out your space, what you're looking for, and you need to have a decent launch monitor or else you're not going to be happy. The Mevo, I think, Plus everybody has, if you have the space, yeah, it works great. But if you have a small space, the SkyTrack is awesome. The radar-based ones, I think they're great for outside. I just don't think they're as good inside unless you have a big room. And the other thing is, I heard with the radar, you can't have your air conditioner or your fan on. It screws it up.
Yeah, I've heard that.
I couldn't do that out here. So like my SkyTrack, I have a fan on, I have my air conditioner on, and I have no issue. Because David Maxwell was saying that the radar ones, I've never knew this, but it screws it up because if you have your EC on or your fan on, it screws up the radar. So, and you don't need to do it all at once either. Like as long as you set up, like, you could just buy a Spornio net and you could buy a hitting mat and you could have a golf simulator. And you can get the sheet for it. It comes with it. Like you can just, it's another $100 from Spornio. And you could have a monitor sit on a table right here. So you could have your Spornio net, get the sheet on there, have your monitor sit on the side, and there you are. You got yourself a golf simulator.
If you're enjoying this video and would like to learn more about golf simulators and launch monitors, then please support the channel by hitting that like button below and subscribing to Handicap Golf. To get a 5% discount on launch monitors and all other golf simulator related products, then head over to Golf Swing Systems and use the discount code HANDICAP5 at the checkout. And if you're in the USA, definitely head over to Carl's Place for all of your golf simulator needs. I'll put all of the links that you're going to need in the description below this video.